Hello, everyone. It's Jerry at the Fledge, and I'm here with Ryan and Meg coming at us from Madison. How y'all doing today?
Hey, Jerry. I'm well.
Doing well. We just got off a Death Cafe, and it was great. It was really good.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking I need to come to one of these soon. I definitely am going to. So, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So this is the show where we spend about 10 minutes talking over a subject that Ryan and Meg surprise me with. They tell me they rank it from most difficult to least difficult and pick the most difficult.
Yeah, we'll try and stump you today.
All right. So we have a, what's this called? An hourglass, and it's a 10-minute glass, and we flip it over when you say the question. So I'm going to flip it over, right?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. So we had a really cool conversation yesterday about franchises and we're not trying to make carbon copies of a bunch of different Fledges, and they're all unique. And so it had us thinking, Ryan and I, about what do you see your relationship or role in relation to the other Fledges as they start to come up?
I think that, it's when you kind of look at it as an open source model and giving whatever information we can to the other Fledges. I'm not quite sure, how the order's going to emerge there. It's you guys are the first virtual one that's up and running, if I can say it like that. And I don't exactly know what to expect, except for a lot like the way us as individuals interact inside the Fledge here, or in the community of the Fledge, maybe I should say. So I see it as a large community around the world where we practice the same tenets that we have at the current Fledge in some way, but also communities building solutions that are relevant to them, that are sustainable to them, and that they create for themselves. And I think that decentralization of problem solving will be more effective than a top-down structure that says, here's the solution for, Des Moines, Iowa, and nobody that comes up with that solution has ever been to Des Moines, Iowa. So I think that the relationship will be sort of loose. It's not a hierarchy. It's not an ownership. It's not really a franchise like that. I don't see it being even close to what I don't see money being shipped back to the headquarters all of the time. So, that's sort of, I don't think I'm answering because I don't think I know, but I think the order will emerge.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, let me flip it on you this time. What would you like to see the relationship to be between two Fledges right now?
Do you want
I'd say, thank you. I'd say mutually supportive. So whatever that means, if that means we're doing really well and we have a bunch of extra cash stores and, you have something happen to the building that needs repairs, we can share these resources when it makes sense. So reciprocal both in money, but also in the social equity learning. I like what you're saying. It feels a lot like the like an abundance model. Just let's just create stuff and then share it. And then you create stuff and share it.
Yeah, I think I get a lot of that thought process from that book called The Abundant Community. One of the authors is Knight, and the other author is, I'm drawing a blank right now, but that letting people, we work with a lot of poor people in Lansing here, and a lot of other groups are trying to preach at them and pray over them all the time and trying to fix them. And sometimes I feel like they're not talking to the people that are living through the problems They're just, oh, I know what's best for you. So, and that frustrates me to no end, because it hardly is ever effective, and it hardly ever is sustainable. And I think that you guys should be empowered to figure it out yourself. And I don't mean that in a way where we would abandon you, but in a way where I don't know. I don't know what Madison looks like right now. I don't know how busy the streets are. I don't know if food security is as big a problem as maybe housing is, So you guys have unique problems and challenges in your community that are different than ours. You have different resources than us. You have different competencies than us. And that will make your solution effective and sustainable and rich, whatever that solution might be. So I don't really see, having a prescriptive model, but more of a systems thinking model where, instead of always looking in and analyzing, the little components of the system, you're looking out and seeing how your system impacts other systems around you. So I don't think a plug and play is what would work, but I'd like you to have values, not rules. I'd like you to be radically inclusive. I'd like you to use project-based innovation, all the things that we talk about, but that might not work for you. Maybe you change our model. Maybe you change our mind. Maybe we add, more things to it. But what I see is a big network with a big brain that shares information, resources, love, kindness, compassion, and all of that. And I think that, one thing that's a little too complicated to talk about in half the sand would be the idea of a distributed or a decentralized autonomous organization, a DAO, DAO, that we start to put some of this on the blockchain. And I know, that confuses a lot of people, and people are scared of it, and they think all that it does, like it's fake money or whatever. But what I'm really talking about is how we make decisions and how we come to consensus and how we decide to spend our collective resources when there's a collection of resources. So I'd really like to get into that one day, talking about that strategy.
Yeah.
We see it as the future of corporate governance. Boards, as we know them today, will not be trusted with big corporations. The people will be trusted with them, and the people will make decisions about how to move forward with things.
I love how you're always talking about like putting experiments out and gathering data on things too. And so it's amazing how like you as a Fledge or another Fledge can just run an experiment and see like, how does this work? Or what if we put in this system? And then we are this network that can share data, share experiences. And it's really exciting. And I also picture us like keeping each other honest. So like maybe we start a program or something and you like see an angle that maybe I didn't see, or, have tried something in the past that could inform this project. And we're just always in conversation.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the vision that I have too. And, we don't know yet what are you guys going to present to us that is different and challenging? And, it just like somebody new walking in here today, what would they present to us that's challenging and making us think different? And I think the good part about what we're doing is that we're on a journey. We're walking to the salt mines with Gandhi. We're not flying. We're not taking a train. We're not going to plop everything down on you and say, hey, do this. It's what should we do? And, I keep getting that quote wrong, but I'm loving it every day. And you fixed it for me, I think, last week, which was, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And I just see us going a lot farther together and building things and finding solutions that work and being able to, plug and play some things and some things just not working. But let's not blow our whole bank on one idea, and let's fix our communities, help our communities fix themselves. That's what I really should say. And, quit prescribing everything to everyone. Let people live their lives and be happy and come on the journey, because this is a fun journey. It's a super fun journey. So what else? You think we're talking about the right things here?
I love it. I feel hopeful. Like I want everyone to wake up and feel excited for the day.
Yeah.
Feel like there's opportunity and they can do what they feel like doing today.
So, and we've got at least 4 or 5 people over in the comments that are ready to come visit the Fledge Madison someday.
Beautiful.
So, but on the franchise side,
Mm-hmm.
I just think there's so much stigma with that about, here's the manual, you do this, you ship 7% back. If you don't pay your fees, you're going to be in an abandoned building in some, in 2 months because we're going to take your license. So I can't see that. I can't see all of that being what we have in mind right now.
Yeah.
The way that Death Cafe runs is called a social franchise, where if you follow these like very standard principles, like basically be humane and, like tend to the community, it has to be inclusive for everyone, then we can call ourselves a Death Cafe. And so it makes me wonder too, if like there is some type of like value centered, like, we follow these principles and then we communicate if someone maybe isn't following those principles, or how do we move forward. Probably not cancel them and take away their ability to call themselves a Fledge. Like that's not it, but there might be another way.
But see, there's the big brain at work, because you're doing the Death Cafe. You're introduced to a new model, you present it to us, let's figure out if that fits or what pieces we can take from it that do fit, and let's build some Fledges.
Yeah. We did it.
One more drop. Okay, that's 10 minutes. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching and giving us some comments on, did I call us every damn day? I didn't, did I?
I don't know.
On 10,000 Fledges, and we will see you all next week, or maybe next week. We run this loosely. We try to do noon on Saturday. So love you all. Have a great day. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
See you